Hi there, this is Graham Nicholls from Affinity, Gospel Churches in Partnership, based in the UK, and it's week ending 13th February 2026. And we are looking at a few news stories from a Christian perspective. Apparently, according to the Daily Mail this week, tutors are charging around £250 an hour to help children with general anxiety and problems associated with examinations, tests, mock exams, big exams coming up around this time of year, and also with tutoring people with special educational needs. It's a sign that we as a society, particularly in the UK, are probably not putting enough money into those kind of aspects of support. It must be a good thing that people are being tutored, children are being tutored to help them through exams and help them deal with their anxiety. But I think it's probably a bit of a sign of a breakdown in family structures and family support that leads to these kind of anxieties. Even in families where there is some degree of stability, there is a more societal competitiveness and a lack of those wider family structures that help children find their place and find security and balance. Also in the news this week, Jim Ratcliffe, who's connected with Manchester United and his own chemicals company, Ineos, is being, I think, rightly critiqued for talking about immigrants colonising this country. It's a very unfortunate use of the word, and we as Christians need to be careful about how we use words, whatever our political persuasion, whatever we may think about that topic of immigration or any others. We need to be careful that we don't use words that have freight, have baggage that's connected with things that will be harmful or hurtful, because we want to speak in a way that is kind and courteous and affirming. He does raise an important point, which I think is much better expressed by the boss of Tesco, who talks about the fact that we cannot survive with this amount of people out of work. There's about 9 million people between 16 and 64 who are so-called economically inactive. And this is, of course, unsustainable longer term. And again, from a Christian point of view, we do have a theology of work and rest. And we do want to encourage people into work, because work is part of the dignity that God gives us as human beings. And we want to do all we can to encourage people into work. One last thing to mention, about a week ago there was a very important question time, Prime Minister's question time, and Kemi Badenoch was talking to Keir Starmer about the whole Peter Mandelson affair. And it was noticed by many commentators that Keir Starmer's hands were shaking. It's a reminder that he does have an important job, as do many other politicians, and he is, after all, a human being with his own nervousnesses and weaknesses and frailty, like we all are. And even if we do not agree with him politically, we should, as we do for all our enemies, love them and have sympathy for their humanness, their brokenness, their weakness, their challenges. And as for all leaders, we should pray for those in authority over us. Thanks for watching.